A brand new hero collector game has arrived on the scene. Lord of the Rings Heroes of Middle-earth is globally launching today. How good is this game? Is it worth playing? And if you're already playing a hero collector game like Marvel Strike Force or Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, is it worth switching to this game? We're reviewing all the ins and outs of this game in this video, the good, the bad, and everything else, so you can make a decision for yourself if this game is for you. And if you're ready for that Valley Club, you know what to do. Find that like button and let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello friends and welcome to the Shire and the ValleyFlyin channel. I'm ValleyFlyin. Hope you're having a great day. This video we're talking all about Lord of the Rings Heroes of Middle-earth. We're going to talk about the good of this game, the bad in this game. We're going to take you through some gameplay so you can decide if this is a game for you. Now, normally on this channel, we are talking about Marvel Strike Force, a different hero collector game based on the Marvel IP. And if you want more info on that, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we have at least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on this channel. We're going to be covering Lord of the Rings on my second channel. It's currently called Valley Snap because we're covering Marvel Snap on that channel, but that may shift depending on what you guys want to see. We maybe continue to cover Marvel Snap, or we may switch that channel over to a full-time Lord of the Rings channel. But if you want to see what are the best heroes that you should be starting with collecting today, make sure you go over to that channel and give it a subscribe. But let's go and talk about this game right now. The good, the bad, and everything else. And here we are in the opening gameplay screen, and if you see this, you'll see the graphics aren't very good, and that's one of the downsides of this game. The graphics are pretty outdated. It is 2023, and frankly, I think the graphics in 2015 Star Wars of Galaxy of Heroes looks a little better than this. Hopefully that's something that they can rectify, but I guess the good thing about having these low graphics is it could work on older phones. So if you have an older phone or older device, this game hopefully should still work. Let's go take a look at the actual characters here. And as you can see, this is based on the Lord of the Rings IP. So you have some of your favorite characters from the Lord of the Rings franchise, including Frodo here, Strider here. You have a bunch of hobbits, you have a bunch of humans, orcs, and you could build up these characters. There's not a lot of elves in the game right now, and as this game continues, I expect them to add more and more characters. As you know, with these hero collector games, normally the first characters on global launch are probably the worst down the road, and as they add more characters, because they want to sell these characters, they get better and better and better. So this is the initial launch characters. These are some of the characters that I'm building right now. This is a week and a half into the game or so, and we are farming those characters. Next thing on the screen, though, is this store. And you have a few different places here. You have just for you, and this is normally where you're going to see your offers in the game. We have these gems here, and this is where you could buy the premium currency of these gems. You get a lot of this stuff just from playing the game. And then you have these chests here. I have never bought this. I wouldn't recommend buying this hero chest for the 600 of these gems here, but you get one of these, you get a few of these. Every 4 hours, you get this bonus chest. You're getting a shard of a random character. It's not that great rewards, but you're not investing anything either too much into it, so you don't have to do too much. Supply section, you have a bunch of different supply sections here, different main supply section here where you could buy some gear with gold, or you could buy some character shards with your gems. I probably wouldn't buy any of these with my gems unless you're spending a ton of money in this game, and money is not a huge issue for you in this game. Just spend your gold, although as you can see, I'm very low on gold, and that's one of the main tips for you of starting off. You have a lot of gold, you have a lot of energy as you start playing this game, but as you start hitting level 30, you start to hit a lot of these bottlenecks with experience to level up your characters and the gold. So I wouldn't just be spending gold freely, and I would choose your characters very wisely. There's a bunch of different factions that you could build. Humans, you have the Rivendell faction with Strider and some of your hobbits. You have some orcs that you could build early on. You could have some humans that you could build early on as well. So I would choose one of those characters and go with that. This is one of the better characters in the game, Halbrand, one of the better tanks in the game, and he has some ranger synergy with Strider as well. So this is where I would spend my challenge points on, and we'll talk about how to earn that a little bit. And you get points for being in a guild as well. Mirele, I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's a pretty good character as well. Wubeti is not a great character, and you could also buy some ability materials to upgrade your abilities, and these luminous crystals, which is one of the big bottlenecks in the game for your light side and your shadow characters. There's guilds in this game as well, although guilds don't do too much right now. There's not a lot of PvE or PvP content in the game right now. What the main thing that you're going to be getting from guilds is another character that you could use in some of your campaign missions. But as of right now, guilds aren't too important. They do have this section here that raids are coming very soon. Maybe that's going to be a character unlock. Maybe that's just resources. Star Wars: The Galaxy of Heroes uses these raids as something to unlock characters, whereas Marvel Strike Force uses these raids as more gear and resource collection. All right, we have the main section of your PvE content right now. You have your light campaigns, which only your light characters can go. So your good guys going this light section, your bad guys going to this shadow section. And as you can see, there's not a huge amount of missions right now. And some of these missions actually don't have any character shards. If we go and we have these hard section here, this is where you're mainly gonna farm characters or gear. Or these things right here. You have this luminous crystal here. You have dark crystals. The luminous crystals are for your light characters, and it's a big bottleneck for upgrading them once you get past gear 4. And then the dark crystals are a major bottleneck for upgrading your dark characters. All right, this guild campaign, this is where you're gonna use one of your guild characters. So if, let's say I wanted to go into this mission here, I could borrow one character from a guild ally, and these are who I can select. So this is the main reason you're in a guild at this point, but down the road, these guilds will get more and more important. So that is what we could do with this. That's the selection screen there. Let's go take in some gameplay in the arena. And arena is your main source of your crystals. This is where you're gonna get your crystals. You could set your defense here, and you could set some characters that are powerful on defense, and they'll be a little better. You have your leader ability here. Make sure this is checked. If this is not checked, well, you have no leader ability on this and nobody's gonna get benefit. So make sure that you have this checked. Save your defensive squad. So once you've set your defense, you can check out where you are in the leaderboard and what kind of rewards you're gonna get. Obviously, the higher you go, the more of these gems you're gonna get and more of this arena currency that you're gonna get that you could use in the store to get some gear or some characters there. My rank right now is in this silver 2. As I rise up, you go to silver 1, then there's gold 2, gold 1, and then we go into this platinum sections here. Better rewards as you rank up, so you want to get as high as possible. So let's go into an arena battle now. Let's check this battle and let's see if we could find a good rank. As you can see, this is the power level of your opponents. This is their rank. So you want to try to find someone that has the highest possible rank with the lowest possible collection level. So this is their power right now, and they have not selected a leader on this. Aelwyn is actually a pretty good leader for these two characters here. They're all in the Rohan squad, and then we have Pippin here, who is a healer, and then Strider here is a damage dealer. Let's go in this. We are punching up a little bit. Our squad is 7,500. They're about 8,000, so we are punching up a little bit. We have our orcs here, which have some good synergy, and that is kind of a clue in some of the characters that I think are pretty good to farm early on. So let's go into this battle here. All right, so as you can see, the graphics on this, not very good. The backgrounds are pretty static here. And we have a few different options here to select. We have this character, we have Pippin, Aomir, we have Strider that we can go against. And one good thing that we can see the passives of the characters that we have. And if we want to check out a little more information on these characters, we can see what their effects are, what they have, their synergies, their boons and banes, which is their positive and negative effects that they have on them. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna attack. I think we're gonna target their tank because he's a taunt right away. We'd like to kill. Actually, let's go with Strider here and use this attack. He is the big damage dealer on the team. We also could go after the healer here, but we'll go after the damage dealer against for Strider. We'll get our taunt up. Their character is gonna taunt as well. We're gonna use this deadly healing haste here that we're using on this character. And we're gonna attack Strider. Now, this is one of the characters here, this Ironside, that has a big AoE attack, 2 big AoE attacks, in fact, that he could use on this opening turn here. Let's try to remove this taunt, and then we could go back and work on Strider, who's the big damage dealer. There's that opening ability here. Let's get our healing going on. We have some stacks of burning here, which is pretty much like bleeds in Star Wars, in Marvel Strike Force. I think burning is another status effect that is pretty much similar in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. There's the exposed there, which is like defense down in Marvel Strike Force. And we have our second AoE attack from our big Ironhide character. You could have these big, larger characters and these normal sized characters. You have one selection of these larger characters that you could have on a field at a time. I believe. And now is Strider. We're going to try to continue working on him. He is still bleeding. Burn is pretty much the same as bleeding. Now, well, let's go work on, now they have killed one of our characters and one of their characters is down as well. We'll go after their healer on their team in little Pippin right here. All right, they're attacking our tank. We want to attack their healer and they have an advantage right now. They're leading and let's see if we can get him down and get him killed before any other of our characters dies. All right, so our tank is very low on health. Their healer is very low on health. Let's see who gets this first. All right, we are going after them. He gets blinded and dead. Now we're going after Eomir. He's a very good character that you can start to farm from the arena's store as well. All right, there is the big taunt. So maybe we'll have to kill him first or before we kill Eomir. Let's go kill Eothane and one of the better tanks in the game. All right, he's exposed. He has that defense down on him. We have a big AoE attack now, hitting all the enemies. And Eothane, let's get some healing and some buffs for our team. And now let's get a double attack, hitting their tank. He has an ability to block. Paying attention to timer, there's still 2 minutes left. Let's go make sure that he is dead. All right, he is down. And now we have Eomir that we are working on again with the big AoE attack from Ironhide. Taking him out. And almost done. There he calls his summon there. So let's go finish him off before we get the summon. And he is blinded and removes the blind. One more hit. Nope, not one more hit. We almost have our character down. Now he is down. Now there's a 2-on-1 scenario after we kill this summoned Rohan attacker. Should die pretty easily and we can throw this onto auto right now. Yes, now we throw it on auto. We're on 3x speed. You unlock this after a few battles after you get through the tutorial and then the auto as well. So there is an arena battle. And with that arena battle, we have finished all of our daily objectives. Let's go claim that. And every day that you finish all of your daily objectives, you're going to get 5 more of these Strider shards. So it should be very easy to build him. Kind of like the Wolverine in the Marvel Strike Force. Other game mode is this adventure mode. And we have a few things going on right now. This Gardener's Journey where you can unlock Sam Ganji. You have this apples here as your daily energy. So once you get this first part, once you finish this first tier, you should unlock Sam at 3 stars. And then to get to this next tier, where you can get even more shards for Sam, you're gonna need, of these Rivendell characters, you're gonna need them at least at 4 stars. So you're gonna get those Strider shards from your achievements. Frodo, you could farm. Pippin, you could farm. Last but not least is Merry. He's more of a later game farm. So you get a few of these characters up, you could get your Sam unlocked. But to get Sam more stars, you would need to farm Merry, who is farmed later. And his place that you could farm Merry is on the Shadow Campaign 3-1. So the Hard Villains campaign is where you can farm him. Other things that you have in this section here is your daily challenges. And you have a few different things that you're battling for. First thing is your challenge coins, which is currency that you could use in the supply store. You also have your experience. You're going to need this experience to build up your characters. You're going to need gold and this experience to build them up. These are these dark relics that I'm talking about, and this is the rare building material for your shadow characters. This is the rare building material for your light characters, so your good guys and your bad guys. Treasure trove, this is where you're going to get more gold. And this is where you get the ability materials to upgrade your abilities for each character. So those are the challenges. One more thing that I did want to show you that I do like about this game, you go into the battle, as you're selecting your characters here, you can skip this part, but as you're selecting your characters, you see the amount of synergies that we have here. This character, and he has synergy with these 4 characters. This character has synergy with these 3 characters. This character, a bunch of synergy, and you can visually see what is synergized, what moves are synergized, and what they're gaining from all that stuff. So like I said, this is a very new game. It is just launching today, which means that there's not a lot to do right now. There's not a lot of PvE content. Pretty much all you have are these campaigns here and your daily challenges. And you have your PvP content, which is basically just arena. So that is all there is to do in the game right now. And that may be a good thing if you're coming from another Hero Collector game that has a lot of these daily activities that you need to do to min-max the game. And it may be challenging if you're trying to do other things in life. This may be what you're looking for if you're just looking for very minimal daily activities. So the daily activity may be a positive or negative depending on what you're doing. And I think the other big thing, the most positive thing about this is the actual gameplay. The AI is very smart, a lot smarter than some other hero collector turn-based RPGs. Some of those AIs are very dumb. They're very smart in this game. So if that is something that appeals to you as well, I think you're going to like this. Obviously, if you're a fan of the Lord of the Rings IP, you're going to enjoy this game as well. But that is it for now, guys. If you want more tips, make sure you check out my second channel. Like I said, it's currently called Valley Snap, but we may be switching the name of the channel if this game picks up. So that is it, guys. We will be putting more content on the other channel. If you want to know what you should be doing on day one, make sure you check out the video on the other channel. But I will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Happy patch day in Marvel Strike Force. Hope everything and that goes well. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out. Thanks for watching, guys.